The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with Eddie James, a fine coach out at Franklin County. Coach, you're off to an undefeated start so far this year. You got a fine football team, high-flying act.
Yeah, we try to throw it around and get it to as many kids as we can.
We're going to talk to you and three of your seniors in the Team of the Week, and we're looking forward to that. And one of your young men is going to join us in the wrap, Jake Thomas.
Jake's a great student. He's holding a good GPA and does a lot for our football team.
Has a 3.8. That kind of throws out the old dumb jock attitude, doesn't it? I tell you,
he's a smart kid.
He's a smart young man. And in our feature, we're going to feature Douglas High School. We're going to talk to Josh McClurg. He's the outstanding dual threat out there at quarterback. He accounted for 4 touchdowns last week. Douglas is also undefeated. They played Lafayette Friday night. They got a good football team, Coach.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
They're 5A, you're 4A, right?
Yes, sir.
So you won't have to play them in the playoffs,
no,
will you? That's probably a pretty good thing there. And our scholar athletes, they hail from Henry Clay High School. Just down the road here, we've got Sarah Shadwick with a 4.7 GPA. We got Charlie Boone with a 4.6 and Mr. DJ Van Horn with a 4.3. These are young athletes, a boy and two boys and a girl, doing it in the classroom there.
So important, man. We talk to our kids all the time about keeping their grades up and being student athletes.
Do you have a minimum grade point average on your team like a lot of them do?
We have a policy in our school that they have to keep a certain grade point average.
Gotcha. And also we got another Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week as we head down to Nicholasville, Kentucky to Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. Also from UK Sports Medicine, Jake Ryan is in the house with us, and Jake's going to keep us in the game. We're going to talk about something very important this time of year, hydration.
Yes, absolutely.
You got to keep those kids hydrated, don't you?
Yep.
And there's that index. And also Jake Thomas would join us in the wrap with our high school interns. Let's get to the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. These highlights on Game Time brought to you by PrepSpin.com, the leading digital network in the state of Kentucky.
We begin tonight with one of the state's best football rivalry games.
Yeah, that's right. It is Titletown, the showdown, and we look forward to this game each year. Boyle County has won 8 state titles, Danville 11, and over the past 8 years, each school has won 4 in this matchup, separated by only a couple of miles. Admiral Stadium packed for tonight's showdown, and there's West Virginia commit Reese Smith. He's a big-time weapon in that Rebel attack, and the senior would strike in the second quarter. Reed Lanter with an absolute dime to Smith on the sideline. Boyle County with a commanding 31-0 lead. It would only get worse for Danville. Hard to defend an offense with a number of Division I commits. There's future Notre Dame standout Landon Bartleson. 38-0 Rebels. With a running clock, the visitors add one more touchdown before halftime. Andrew Sacco on the doorstep, 59-0 the final, the biggest blowout in this rivalry since 1998.
Back here in Lexington, the Fayette County school system deciding to make changes when 2 city schools get together. Tonight, Douglas and Lafayette meeting for a 6:30 kickoff. No backpacks allowed, no kids under high school age without an adult. The Broncos still a perfect 14-0 against Fayette County schools. Opening drive for the Broncos. Caleb McClurg up top to Dane Key. Did he make the catch?
Oh, nice.
Wait for the signal. Yes, sir, he did. The key is don't give Key the football if you're the opposition. Back to punt. Ball bounces, picks it up, starts one way, finds room, back the other way. Second punt return touchdown to go along with the TD catch. Key makes it 23-0 in the first half. Douglas, impressive, 40-0. They've never lost to Lafayette.
And welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report. I want to thank Roberts Insurance. They're out in Richmond, Kentucky on Main Street. They insure 3/4 of this great state of Kentucky, thanks to Bob Roberts Insurance. Our team of the week is Franklin County High School. Coach, I saw you guys play. You play that spread offense. Is that hard to coach at the high school level?
It's not. We use a couple different things to make it easier. We put wristbands on our kids, and we try to teach it as simple as we can. We teach a lot of formations and very few plays so we can play very fast.
Yeah.
Coach, who do we have with us?
I've got senior defensive end Brady Holleran. Brady's a 3-year starter and a captain for us. Senior running back and defensive tackle Tariq Lester. That's an odd combination, but he does both. And then we've got senior wide receiver and defensive back Cameron Phelps.
Brady, how you doing today? Thanks for coming on the show, and just appreciate you being here.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You come from a football family. Your father, Randy, played football at the University of Kentucky, and that's kind of a good thing now because they're having pretty good years over there at Kentucky. How's this helped you in your football skills coming from that family?
Coming from a football family at my point, I believe it's helped me because he's instilled so much like hard work, dedication, and I believe it's helped me. He pushes me, and I don't think I'd be where I am today without him.
Well, you're a load because I saw you play. He was in the backfield a lot in that game. He is a really good defensive player.
He tends to stay there.
Yes, he does.
Tariq, how good do you think this team can be once you reach your full potential?
I don't really think about my potential. I think about the team in hand, team first over everything, and I'm ready to push these guys to the next level.
Cameron, I got to ask you, I mean, you're a receiver. That's one of your roles. You play dual threat role there. You play defense too, don't you?
Yes, sir.
But getting Coach Joey Thacker back, I know Coach was happy about that. What has that done for your offense?
Honestly, it's really made us a lot faster pace, and we mash the gas, and we just like to go.
I like that. Mash the gas.
Yes, sir.
At Franklin County.
Coach, you played Collins Friday night. Tell us about your preparation and who really improved that week.
So we prep for Collins today. We'll have a pregame practice tomorrow. They like to throw the ball a lot, so we've really challenged our defensive backs this week to step up and be physical and play our brand of football, and I think that they've gotten better this week. We've played 2 running teams the first 2 weeks, so this week we'll get a challenge for those guys in the secondary, and we'll see what we got.
A lot of people don't know your football team. You played East Jesmond right off the bat. That was a good East Jesmond team.
Sure.
You defeated 35-28. That was a really good football game on prep spin.
It was. We didn't know what we had coming out. We were playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and our kids responded, and they beat a good football team.
Yeah, they're really good. In Franklin County, you guys have a good football team. Coach, Mingy Beef Jerky
Thank
wants
you.
to present, don't leave home without it. Mingy Beef Jerky, you got to try this stuff. It's really good. Thank you, Franklin County, for coming on the show, and we'll see you down the road
Thank
on
you.
Prep Spin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the Flyers of Franklin County. Now we're going to this feature. It's on Frederick Douglass High School's Josh McClurg. He's one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the state of Kentucky.
After spending last season as the backup quarterback at Paintsville, Josh McClurg is now the starter at Douglass to replace Cincinnati Bearcat Cam Jones. Through 2 games, McClurg is filling those shoes and then some as a dual threat weapon.
Number one, he's making good decisions, not turning the ball over, and that's been the emphasis to him. You know, let those big hogs up front work, and then keep the ball, and let's just keep running that dang thing. As he makes good decisions, we got an opportunity to win every game.
So far, the Broncos have won every game, and McClurg is putting up some big-time numbers. Last Friday, in a 62-14 rout of Tate's Creek, the senior threw for 141 yards and ran for over 100 yards as well, racking up 4 total touchdowns.
I think I've played pretty well, but I can do better. I can always improve. I got a lot of great players around me that help me do well, so that's good. And then, we got a game next week against Lafayette. They're a good club, and then we'll come out and we'll do what we can do.
If the Broncos beat the Generals on Friday, they'll improve to 14-0 all-time against Lexington City Schools. It comes as no surprise that Douglass takes pride in that undefeated record.
Oh, yes, sir. We take pride in especially the city schools, but especially every other game. We prepare the same every week for every team. We prepare hard. We just want to come out and play Friday and prove what we can do.
Alex Walker, WKYT.
And welcome into our Scholar Athletes from Henry Clay High School, our most popular segment on the show because it highlights young men and young ladies in this case doing great things in the classroom. And we don't mess around when we talk great things in the classroom here. Let's start with Sarah. You have a 4.7 grade point average, so congratulations for that.
Thank you.
That's just a little bit higher than my grade point when I was in high school, but congratulations.
Thank you.
You play volleyball in a great volleyball program
Yes,
for
sir.
Dale Groupie. With those high team standards, how do you keep all this up?
Well, it's just like after school, we'll all do our homework together, and then when it's volleyball time, it's volleyball time. We kind of tune everything out. So it's just time management, I guess.
So Charlie, you have a 4.6 GPA. That's impressive.
Yeah.
How do you balance having that GPA while playing on such a great soccer team?
just like Sarah said, it's all about time management. It's important to plan ahead at sometimes because we have games a lot, like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
So it's important to plan ahead so you don't have to study as much on game days.
Yeah, you have to remember that with a soccer player. You play those 3 games. Football team, DJ Van Horn, we're going to talk to, they play Friday night, so big difference in that. And kudos to you for keeping up that 4.6. DJ, by the way, I got 4.3, so pretty good grade point average there. So, how do you do all this and manage all your time playing football and keeping up great grades there at Henry Clay?
I think it's mostly about priorities because time management plays a lot into it, but if you don't have your priorities straight, it doesn't really matter what you do with your time. So, I mean, you choose every day what you're going to do after school, before school, what time you go to bed, all that stuff matters, to me at least. And that's how I manage it.
Yeah. So, Sarah, tell us a little bit about like your college selection process so far.
So I decided not to pursue volleyball in college, but I've been looking at high-level academic schools, so that's just what I've been focused on.
Awesome.
What about you, Charlie? What schools have you been looking at, and will you pursue soccer at the collegiate level?
Yeah, I will definitely pursue soccer at the collegiate level. I actually just got an email from Brown today, no go, but I've been talking to them, and it's really just showcases in December is when I'm going to start to really expand my recruiting process.
The high school kids in Lexington do great. I mean, we had the Dunbar kid from Dunbar played golf. He was offered by Princeton, Yale, and Harvard. So those were his 3 schools that offered him, and he got a 36 on the ACT. So that's outstanding. So.
And then DJ, what will football do for you in the future?
I plan to play in college too. Honestly, it's kind of tough because the position that I play right now probably won't be what I play in college. I might play slot, I might play DB. So it just depends on my film this season, and that's why I've just got to wait till the end of the season to see if I want to pursue it.
You can look at a local player, Walker Wood.
Oh yeah,
was a great quarterback. About your height, but he's a backup now for the University of Kentucky, and I'm surprised he hasn't seen the field a little bit more over there. Of course, I'm not a coach, but he's a heck of a player, and you can look at somebody like that, can't you?
I talk to him all the time. I've actually worked out with him my sophomore year. I had a lot of workouts with him at UK, so he's helped me a lot.
Here's plaques. If you'll pass those down to DJ and to Sarah, each one of you will get one of those. And take those over to Ryan Tyson. He'll personalize them for you, put your name and school in there. And thanks for being on the show, and thanks for keeping up the great grades there at Henry Clay. I know that's one of the toughest academic schools in the state of Kentucky, and you guys have done a great job. So thank you.
Thank you for having us.
That's our scholar athletes. They're from Lexington, Henry Clay. They're also top-notch students. We're going to the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week as we head down to Nicholasville, Kentucky.
It's time for the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week, and it comes from the Madison Central game, and this is Southern backed up to their own 20. Tobias Storm finds a wide open Walt Smith, and he goes 80 yards for the touchdown. What an unbelievable pass and catch. And Southern snaps a 4-game losing skid to Madison Central. That is your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Welcome back into our UK Sports Medicine segment. Jake Ryan is with us, my 2 high school interns. Thank you guys for helping me with this segment. And Jake Ryan, thanks for being on the show today.
You're very welcome.
What is hydration? That's what we want to talk about.
Hydration is the process of putting the water back into your body as you lose it throughout the day. Just by sweating, breathing, you can lose water throughout your body, so it's important to get that back into it. Most college athletes, or most athletes in general, obviously lose that primarily through sweating. So that's what we want to replenish that with.
Yeah.
Can you explain why hydration is so important?
Every cell, tissue, and organ in the body requires water in order to work properly. So it's important to keep that flowing through your body. Mostly your muscle, for athletes, you're talking about your
mobility.
Your muscle function, your circulation, which obviously is important. If you can do your muscle function, it keeps you hopefully from being injured. If you can keep your body mechanics running smoothly, keep it from exhaustion, dehydration can lead into cramping. Obviously, can cause issues. You see that a lot in games where they're having to run out there to take care of the athletes on the field for cramping. Nobody wants to be on the sidelines.
Right.
And what are the signs and the symptoms of dehydration?
So really, thirst is the first one. If you're thirsty, you're probably dehydrated, so you need a drink. Some other signs, You want to check your urine. If your urine's turning a dark color, brown or even a darker yellow, that's probably a sign of dehydration. Headaches can be a sign of dehydration. Maybe not sleeping well at night can be a sign of it as well.
And Jake, you're the new athletic trainer at Sayre High School.
Correct.
So great kudos to you guys for all the Fayette County public schools, and now Sayre High School. So you guys are doing a great job keeping us in the game. Is there any more questions, guys? I think that was about it. So hydration, a big topic, and of course with the U.S. Open going on, all those guys are making sure they hydrate out there. Roger Federer got beat the other night, so I'm bummed out. But anyway, thank you, Jake. Here's our website, UK Sports Medicine. They got the walk-in clinic. It's every Monday through Saturday at 7 o'clock. UK Sports Medicine. They will keep you in the game. Now we're going to these final highlights, and these highlights brought to you by PrepSpin.com. Catch the game of the week on PrepSpin.com.
And welcome back. One heck of a matchup between two of the top Catholic schools in the state, Covcath and Lexington Catholic.
It was a good one. Covcath enters tonight's matchup having won 31 of their last 32 games. We go to the highlights. Bo Allen, the UK commit, goes up top and finds the bus. Blake Busen, 80-yard. Listen to Gary Ball. Yeah, 21-10 Knights. Third quarter, Allen. Allen and Busen again, 28-17. Lexington Catholic would lead by 14 with under 8 minutes to go, but Covcath's Caleb Jacob punches it in to make it a 1-point game. The Colonels go for 2, and they rally in the waning moments. 39-38, Bo Allen, 455 yards, 5 touchdowns, but it's not enough.
The Battle of Madison County. The last time Madison Southern beat Madison Central, New England Patriots rookie running back Damian Harris rushed for 318 yards and 4 touchdowns. That was 2014, so Southern, they haven't beaten Central since. How about tonight? Tobias Storm drops an absolute dime right into the hands of Walt Smith. Southern was playing out of this world. Plenty of aliens there. You see what I did there?
Yeah,
after recovering a fumble deep in their own territory, Ashton Holberg punches it in for Central. Indians take an 8-7 lead. Ensuing possession, Eagles backed up on their own 20. You know, they got to have something big come here. How about Storm finding his favorite guy, Walt Smith, again? 80 yards to chew up and a touchdown. Southern snaps a 4-game skid to Central, 34-25. All right. Woodford Bourbon. Sounds tasty, right? Bourbon County coach star of the Liberty Bowl back in 2009. David Jones facing another former Wildcat, Dennis Johnson, in Woodford County. Second quarter, Jackets add to their big lead. Coy Hayes takes the option pitch. He's in from 5 yards out. 34-0 Woodford at the half. Third quarter, Bourbon showing some life. Jake Broughton. Oh, it's already been Broughton. Jump ball, and who is that? Naquan Joyce comes up with that, 34-7. More from the Colonels. Broughton, he Broughton it again. This time to Cordell Fredillis. That's another score. Woodford County, 2-1 on the year, 47-20.
Welcome back into the wrap of the show. Franklin County was our team of the week, and also thanks to Henry Clay for those great scholar athletes. With us another scholar athlete from Franklin County, Jake Thomas. Hey, welcome to the show, Jake.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Talk to us a little bit about your team this year. You got an outstanding ball club.
We've got a lot of chemistry, a lot of young guys that can provide a lot. They got a bright future, and then we rely on a lot of leadership from the older guys.
Jake, how do you manage to keep your grades up so well and stay on a great football team?
It's all about time management, never afraid to ask for help, go into school early, stay after late, get help from those who are offering to help.
Franklin County, I've noticed something about Franklin County. I've had interns on the show before. Rebecca Cook was an intern on the show. She went to Franklin County. You guys have a great, close-knit community with teachers and students and faculty. You guys really have it going on over there, Franklin County. You want to talk to that for us?
It's always being there to help somebody, even whenever they're shy to ask about it, or if they're straight out and come and ask you. It's whatever we can do for each other, and what goes around comes around. We always hope that helps us in the long run.
Yep. As always, on the Scholastic Ball Report, for those you see and those you don't see,
keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.